Hi, I'm Nick, and I like comics.
And I'm Adam, and I know comics.
Welcome to another episode of Adam and Nick Spoil Some Comics, where we spoil some comics.
Today we're covering Batman and Robin Eternal number 8, with the writer on this script is Genevieve Valentine, and the pencils are done by Alvaro Martinez and Scott Eaton.
The issue starts in Prague years ago, whenever Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson are at the ballerina show or whatever, and Bruce gets up.
The ballet.
Yeah, the ballerina show. And Bruce gets up and said, hey, he's going to check the perimeter to see if there's any scarecrow sightings. They want to, figure out what's going on. Dick says, hey, that's a good idea. But Bruce is pretty tricky, and I don't think he's going to look for the scarecrow. We then see Bruce standing backstage with the mother.
Flashes forward, and we see Dick Grayson standing backstage at the same place with the mother.
Ooh. We cut to what's happening inside the theater, inside the ballet.
All chaos has broken loose.
Totally, where Harper and Cassandra Cain are kicking the crap out of all of these ballerinas that are now ninjas or something.
I like her hat.
Yeah, this lady's hat's ridiculous. Harper is stabbing some guy in the leg. Cassandra Cain is doing flips with the dress on, and everything remains covered. It's remarkable. Physics in comics. We then cut to Dick in this conversation that he's having with the mother backstage.
So Mother's cut the communications to Harper, and he can hear the fight through the walls or something, but there's just no way he can get to them. And she keeps saying, I know some secrets. I know that you're not good enough, and you were never good enough, and the whole reason Bruce ever met with me was he wanted to find a true heir because you weren't enough.
Right, basically she's playing up on all those fears that we saw whenever Dick, got hit with the face with the scarecrow's fear gas, whatever. His common fear was he's not good enough for Bruce. And so she's really playing on that and really trying to make him sound and feel very incompetent. What she wants is for Dick to come with her so that she can explain to him what's going on and show him this mystery that's been going on for so many years. We cut back to the girls. The
fight. And as they continue to fight, we get this awesome scene of Bluebird knocking out this gigantic light fixture, chandelier thing. Taking out a bunch of dudes while Cassandra Cain is elbowing some chick in the face with this great smirk on her face like, yeah, I am that boss.
Yeah, and it hits the ground and there's this big boom. And Dick hears this big boom and he turns around, looks over his shoulder, and you can tell that he wants to go out and join the fight. He's like, these are my people. They're in trouble. I need to go get with them. And the entire time the mother is just giving him this sly devilish look, basically saying, come with me, give them up, and I'll give you the answers that you want to know.
You see Dick reach for his gun for a second, which I forget, is it an actual gun or is it like a stun gun?
I don't know.
But anyway, then he pulls his hand back like, no violence yet.
And then with the mother saying, so do you want me to show you? Like, do you want me to show you what's going on with all of this?
Flashback.
2 years ago, whenever Bruce is talking with the mother, he is trying to pump information out of her. He says, money's no objective, of course, and a friend mentioned your work. So he's trying to buy her whatever, trying to get in with her. And the main thing that I think that we should pull from this is that Bruce opens up his watch and he pulls out a little tracker device and puts it on the back of her coat. And the mother says to Bruce, I have just what you want. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Alluding to probably that she knows that he's not looking for a perfect wife so much as something else.
Right. We then jump back to the theater and the girls fighting. And Harper is kicking butt with
a cello. She is whacking ballet dancers with a cello.
Right. And Harper, with her back turned, there's this lady that comes up with these little knives sticking out like Wolverine claws.
Ballet Wolverine,
getting ready to stab her in the back, and then she gets knocked in the head with something that Cassandra threw.
And then Cassandra continues to kick her butt, and then very much, I like to mention Lost apparently a lot, very much like Lost, she gets whacked in the back of the head and knocked out.
Clang! It was the old lady from issue number 7 who was talking to the ballerina about, what she had to do. She was the one that gave her the phone, that talked to the mother to wake her, to put her into this trance, I guess. And she says, you did it, my darling. See, you killed her. It's over. Wake up. And so as soon as she sees what she has done and that she has accomplished her goal, she then wakes up and she's like, Agata, mama. So in other words, oh, hi, I know who you are now. I'm out of this trance. They get up and walk away, leaving the girls ready to get the snot beat out of them by all of these ballerinas.
So the mother continues to while apparently at knife point now, continues to tell Dick, like, if you come with me, I'll tell you all these things. I'll tell you why you weren't good enough and what it was that Batman wanted and blah, blah, blah. And she asks a last chance, come with me and see why you failed Bruce Wayne. Or I go and you never see my face again. Stay here and you lose it all. We see Dick's answer on the next page as he joins the fight in defending Harper and Cassandra while they're still swinging cellos and fighting off ballerinas.
Right. One of the big things that you need to note is that Cassandra's hair gets cut a little bit by a knife. Not a seemingly important detail until we go to the next page where Dick and Harper and Cassandra are on top of some building looking at all the cops that are now at the ballet theater place. And Harper reaches out and touches Cassandra's hair where it got chopped, basically saying, hey, you know, what happened to your hair? You know, they got really close. And Cassandra freaks out. There's this flashback of someone pulling her hair back. We assume it's her, getting her neck slit, and she runs off with crazy eyes.
She jumps off a building.
Yeah, with crazy eyes and runs away. And they're like, Cass, come back. Which they didn't run after her.
So we switch over to Gamora, wherever that is, to Red Hood and Red Robin as they're entering a church. Tim stops them and is like, hey, whoa, hold on. And Red Hood's like, what? It's just a church, man. It's just a building. I mean, punch is the same inside or outside of it. And so they have a cute little conversation about how Red Hood once took a punch in the gut from an old lady at a church building. And Red Robin's like, what do you do on the weekends, Jason?
Very funny. So they're trying to get into the building. We then cut back to the Batcave in Prague where Dick and Harper are having this conversation about what do we do next? Where do we go? And Dick says that the mother mentioned clearing out the city hall and a nursery. She ran this town and now she's closing it up. Maybe this chaos will shake loose some kind of lead to where to go next. So then Harper says, so what do we do next? And Dick says, we stick together. And there's this really cool shot of Harper and Dick sitting in front of the computer screen, and you see the costumes of Robin and Batman. So I think it's really foreshadowing, really saying that Dick is now Batman and Harper is now Robin.
Back at the church, Red Hood and Red Robin are armed to the teeth, ready to take on whatever is going to pop out behind a pew or something. They see just some dude speaking French or Portuguese. I'm not really sure.
No, in Praguese.
Do they have their own language?
I have absolutely no clue. I'm not smart.
Anyway, he's obviously very terrified and looking at them, and he's going, and then in English says, the angel of death. And we look up seeing what looks like Red Skull and Loki with a mullet.
Right.
But it's not.
Right. Obviously, this man has been gassed with Scarecrow's fear gas, and so he's totally freaking out talking about the angel of death. It's the end of the issue. Personally, I really enjoyed this issue. I like where they're going. I like seeing all the fighting and the interaction between the characters. I liked, kind of this parallel of Bruce getting exactly what he wants from the mother, seemingly, and Dick just, kind of throwing all these questions, and Dick not being able to do what we assume Bruce is able to do. I can see Bruce somehow leaving to go with her to get the information that he needed, but then being able to come back and still save them, where it alludes that Dick is not able to do that.
Yeah, the mother almost says it herself that Batman being Batman is what makes him better.
Because Batman.
Because Batman.
That's even a thing in comics.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I like this issue pretty well, actually. I really enjoy that question of, did Batman actually order a better sidekick than Dick? I mean, is that what's going on? The mother keeps alluding to that as having happened. And I love that they're really trying to build Dick to be more like Bruce, but for the fact that he will go back and save his friends first. Mm-hmm. So even though we can assume that Bruce would have been able to do both, according to what the mother said, we know that Dick doesn't trust himself enough and that he would prioritize his friends over figuring out the end of the case. So I really like that. That being said, I think I would give this issue 2.5 out of 5 still. It's pretty much in the middle, again. The art was all right. The story's moving, which I like. So still middle of the road. Not as good as a couple issues back or the first issue, but it's getting there.
I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 4 out of 5 bat symbols. I really enjoyed it. I like the story. I'm a sucker for like stuff that happened in the past, when we get this information, I really like in television shows, especially when there's something that they've been alluding to all this time, and then we finally kind of get a little glimpse of that. I really like that. So I'm excited to see where they're going. I'm really interested in how Scarecrow is playing into this story, because he's been mentioned a lot, but he's very much a background character. And I think that where Jason and Tim are, I think they're really gonna bring Scarecrow out of this and kind of bring him in with the mother and how all of that is going on. So overall, we give this a 6.5 out of 10, which is, it's solid and decent. So yeah, keep checking it out. It's good stuff.
So today's New Comic Book Day, so make sure to actually go to the comic book store and buy something.
Yeah, do that. Pick up Batman and Robin Eternal #9 and what other things that are coming out. Also, we have some news for all of you that care. We are done reviewing Uncanny Avengers because
it
it's
sucked.
Yeah, that's Adam's take on it. But with our next episode, we will start covering all new X-Men #1 and Batman Eternal #9. So make sure you check in next week as we cover those. So until next time, we're just going to keep on reading comics. Thanks for watching. That was stupid.